ladies and gentlemen, so yes, shooting this video from my room from this new camera. I'm gonna test this camera out like for a whole week because it was giving me some autofocus trouble. It's no longer doing that because I activated that auto tracking, face tracking mode. So anyway, let's do our Rahu in Magha Nakshatra video today. And what happens when Rahu is sitting in the Nakshatra of Magha in your horoscope. And obviously, if you do not know, if you have Rahu in Magha Nakshatra in your horoscope, what your other planetary placements is, all the other birth details for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link here. So, Rahu. Rahu in Magha Nakshatra. First of all, let's understand the Magha Nakshatra in a quick way. Magha is a nakshatra of Pitras, the ancestors. It is the nakshatra of the throne. Imagine a throne sitting in a royal room, which is a throne for you, given to you by your ancestors to sit on and be responsible for whatever they were doing. You're carrying that on. That's the main thing you have to realize with Magha Nakshatra. It is not simply about being and feeling royal. Okay? This is a nakshatra that's responsibilities. Like, okay, so imagine this chair as a throne. I'm sitting here. And I am now responsible for carrying forward the duties of my ancestors. And once you do that, your ancestors come and bless you. So when you follow in the footsteps of your ancestors, they will suddenly show you the way. So if you have any key planet in this nakshatra, look where Ketu is placed, because this is a nakshatra ruled by Ketu. So if Rahu is sitting here, or any planet, look where Ketu is placed. Especially Moon and Rahu in Magha Nakshatra are extremely important. Why? Because Moon is representation of your past life actions into this life. So because it shows, it's all the storage. Moon is the storage, the hard drive where it stores your memory of your past life action, as the great A.V. Sundaram has said. I mean, he was so beautiful on the moon, amazing. And this is why, you know what, people like A.V. Sundaram and K.R. Raaj, these are like actual Pitris living in like physical form. These are the type of people who guide you. You are their grandchildren. So that's why Moon being in this nakshatra, this is why Moon nakshatra become more important. Rahu shows it because Rahu is the reason why you were born in this life. Rahu is the actions you are here to accomplish. Rahu is a place where you're not an expert. You suck at it. You're here to develop it. You know how, if you look back, if you're, let's say, 60 years old, at 20 years, whatever you are expert in now, back 20 years ago, 40 years ago, you were just starting in it. You were like, I don't know if I can do it. And now it just comes to you because you're an expert in it, because you have learned your lesson. That's what Rahu is. Rahu is bringing you in this life to make you learn those lessons. So now when Rahu sits in this Magha Nakshatra, first of all, Rahu in Leo becomes sun. It's like puts a costume of sun and makeup of the sun and sits in your horoscope. I'm the sun. Everybody take a notice of me. What is this doing? Creates an over flamboyant ego. An ego that is bound to get hurt. So whenever you're up here, I am the man, pay attention to me. Everybody else sucks and I am the king. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get burned bad. But once this Rahu learns to be more humble, that yes, I am here to simply fulfill the duty of my ancestors, and I'm simply here on this throne to have a huge responsibility. So please guide me. That's when people take them more seriously. That's when people appreciate them more seriously. Kind of like, I'll give you an example, like Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan actually has Rahu in Magha Nakshatra. But I'm not going to talk about his Rahu Nakshatra. I'm simply talking about his persona. Why is he even after 50 years of being in this film industry of Bollywood, he is the king. He is the emperor. If he walks out first, or if he walks out at the same time as like Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, 90% of the people are going to go towards Amitabh Bachchan to get his autograph. Why? Because he has always been on a throne of the film industry, right? But he's the most humble person you will come across in your life. In the evening, he goes home and he eats dal chawal. He eats bhindi. He likes to eat homemade food. He's a vegetarian, doesn't drink alcohol. A sattvic figure. So when, and anytime he meets anybody, he's always there in front of the crowd, putting his hands together. Remember, the first thing Amitabh Bachchan does when he comes in front of the crowd of hundreds of thousands of people in Mumbai, he puts his hand together because he's trying to appreciate those people. That because of you, I am here today. I'm not the king. I'm not this emperor. Yeah, respect me. Pay attention to me. No, it's the humbleness. That's where Rahu, but he has Rahu in there. And he kind of learned to adapt to that. So Rahu here, first of all, Rahu is a very unique energy. It's a taboo. What is a taboo, first of all? Taboo is not astrology, occult, mysticism, numerology, tantra. No. Taboo can be anything which is not used in the norms of society. That is taboo. Simple. Like if, let's say, some culture eats snake for breakfast and lunch. Like if you go to Thailand and Malaysia, they make great snake curry. You eat that here, people are just going to be like, they won't even come to your restaurant. They'll be like, man, that's disgusting. They'll be like, man, this restaurant's just weird. They're just like, these people are not normal. So that becomes a taboo. Okay. So what Rahu does in Magha Nakshatra, these people are able to take something and create a complete unique version of it. So what they're going to do with Rahu, and Rahu becomes so important in Magha Nakshatra because Rahu is your ancestors, your grandparents. Magha is a nakshatra of your great grandparents, or just go back 100 grandparents and that's Magha Nakshatra. So this is where Rahu becomes so powerful. Rahu is like, I'm willing to take the responsibilities of my ancestors, push it forward, but I'm going to push it forward in a very unique and very unorthodox way. Something that has never been done before. So you'll see a lot of entrepreneurs with this Rahu in Magha Nakshatra. Very creative, unique people that they just innovate things out of nowhere in the most unique manner. If they're like plumbers, they'll take the most unique approach to plumbing in their life. And this is where Rahu also represents fame. So once they do something unique, the fame comes in. So that's what Rahu is doing in Magha Nakshatra. But remember, if you have Rahu in Magha Nakshatra, and if you have any kind of arrogance or ego, Rahu's going to hurt you bad. Not Rahu's going to hurt you. Going towards Rahu will hurt you bad. The more humble you are, and the more you actually ask for help from your ancestors, the more they're going to help you. But always look for placement of Ketu. So wherever Ketu is placed, you will see what your ancestors did. So if for example, Ketu is in the 7th house, perhaps your ancestors were businessmen. Ketu is in the 6th house, perhaps your ancestors really were focused towards health, healing, medicine. If Ketu is in the 8th house, your ancestors were doing occult, mysticism, or perhaps dealing in insurance, dealing with wills and estates. If Ketu is in the 10th house, perhaps they were in politics, dealing with government. So look at the placement of Ketu with any planet, especially Moon and Rahu. And that will show you where does the foundation of your ancestors lie. And that is Rahu in Magha Nakshatra in a shell. But this is the nakshatra where Rahu takes a very unique approach to expressing itself dynamically and creatively. Okay? So guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Rahu is placed, all your other planetary placements, my books, reports, consultations, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.